Let's see a simple bonding protocol for Emacs restoration. So this is your Emacs restoration that I've put over the printed cast. Take some heavy body. It can be addition silicone or condensation silicone. You have to use this heavy body to actually hold this ceramic restoration while you etch and apply bonding agent to it. So just mix the addition silicone or condensation silicone and place it over this crown, which is actually placed over the printed cast for it to hold. Let it rest for 3 to 4 minutes for the putty to get hardened. Once hardened, just shake and remove the putty gently from the cast. You will see that the prosthesis is held inside the putty now. Use etchant from either Angelus or Ultradent. Apply it over the margins and inside the crown completely and spread it properly. The etchant has to be applied only for 10 seconds. Once 10 seconds are over, wash the etchant thoroughly away from the prosthesis. Any etchant, if it remains, will interfere with the bonding protocol, so be sure to remove it completely. Once the etchant is washed off for a sufficient period of time, now start drying the crown. You will see a frosted appearance inside the crown and on its margins. Dry the crown, the putty, both of them completely so that there is no moisture that seeps in. Now you apply bonding agent thoroughly inside the crown and on the margins as well. Once you apply the bonding agent, cover the prosthesis with a dry bowl. Make sure it is kept in a dry area. While the bonding agent reacts, you have to prepare the tooth. Clean the tooth completely. You have to remove all the plaque or the deposits or remnants of your temporary restoration material like your temporary crowns away from the tooth. You also have to ensure that there is no bleeding in this area because bleeding will interfere with bonding. The better protocol is to put a rubber dam while you're bonding. But if there is no bleeding and if your margins are supragingival, you can go ahead without a rubber dam. Now dry the tooth thoroughly and isolate the area. Now apply etchant, hypophosphoric acid, over the prepared tooth surface, especially over the enamel margins and over the enamel structure of the tooth. You have to etch the tooth completely for 20 seconds. Your washing time should be at least 20 seconds or more. You have to remove all the etchant thoroughly from the tooth surface for the tooth to bond to the prosthesis properly. Place new dry cotton rolls after drying the tooth completely. Now you have to protect this tooth from any moisture that seeps in and around. So you have to be really fast. Place new cotton rolls. Retract the cheek, the tongue away from the tooth that is to be bonded, and also ensure that your cotton does not touch the tooth. Apply bonding agent liberally, first over the margins of the tooth and then over the entire bondable surface. You have to apply and rub the bonding agent for around 20 seconds. Once applied for a sufficient period of time, you have to dry the entire area completely. Make sure there is no moisture in your syringe that you are using to dry the tooth surface. Now, I like to cure it for 20 seconds. Some people prefer not curing the bonding agent when it is applied over the tooth surface. But I like to cure it, especially when the prosthesis is thicker than around 0.8 mm. Now dry the prosthesis that was also coated with bonding agent and left there to rest for 60 seconds. Remove the prosthesis with the help of a sickle scaler away from your putty. Make sure your hands are completely dry or you've changed the gloves. Use a good dual cure or light cure resin cement from 3M or Ivoclar to bond your Emacs restorations to your prepared tooth. When your prosthesis is thicker, go for dual cure cements like U200 from 3M. When your prosthesis is thinner or you need more time to seat the prosthesis or to seat multiple prostheses and check the contacts and seating, use veneer cements from 3M or Ivoclar. Once all the cement is applied, hold the prosthesis firmly with dry gloves and place the prosthesis over your tooth surface that you have to dry once again. To place the prosthesis, you can use Optra stick to hold the prosthesis and place over the tooth, especially in posterior areas. But I personally do not like it to use any carrier agent to place the prosthesis on the tooth, because sometimes it sticks to the prosthesis really strongly, and after the initial cure, when you want to remove the stick away from the prosthesis, it actually dislodges the prosthesis from the tooth. And sometimes the Optra stick does not stick to the prosthesis at all. So the prosthesis keeps falling off the stick. Once you have placed the prosthesis and pressed it completely, some people prefer to cure the prosthesis without removing the excess for 3 seconds. But I prefer to remove the excess away from the margins for me to be able to check the proper fit of the prosthesis over the tooth, especially when it is an inlay, onlay, or a partial coverage restoration. Once you have removed the excess and checked the fitting of the restoration, you can cure the restoration completely for 60 seconds each side. Make sure you cure the margins first and the lingual parts first so that the prosthesis and the tooth get protected from saliva. You can cure other areas for 60 seconds as well later. If you are leaving excess cement there and curing the prosthesis with the excess cement there and then first, then you actually have to cure initially for 3 seconds, remove the excess cement from the spot bonded prosthesis, and then go ahead with the final curing. Not removing the excess cement before tack curing and removing this excess after tack curing prevents oxygen inhibition at the margins. Hold the prosthesis under pressure when you cure it. The curing time is 60 seconds. Cure the margins first and rest of the prosthesis later. Once cured completely, clean the margins of the restoration and remove any excess cement from the tooth, the restoration, and the surrounding gingiva. This completes our bonding protocol. Now isolate the area and check the occlusal contacts. First, check the static contacts with a 8 micron paper. This can be done by asking the paper to tap on the paper repeatedly and in a fast manner. Next, after adjusting the static contacts, you have to check the eccentric contacts, which can be done by asking the patient to chew the paper or to move on the paper from side to side. There's a separate video on adjustment of occlusal contacts on my YouTube channel that you can refer to for understanding how to adjust the occlusion on crowns objectively. Once all this is done, just finish and polish the margins of the restoration where they merge with your tooth structure with the help of a polishing burr. This completes your entire bonding protocol with occlusal adjustments that you need to observe in order to place full ceramic restorations successfully and objectively.